Right, that should be a better balance for you guys now. So if you can hear me, Coconut can hear me, and everybody can hear me. Everyone else, there's 10 people watching. 10 people not saying a word. Come on, say hello. Get stuck in. We're playing Nickelodeon. Look at that. Oh, who are we going to be? Let's just be SpongeBob SquarePants for no reason other than SpongeBob. And just going for a drive. A drive today. Ooh, this is boat car thing. Look at that. I'm just stocking it all out. Badass. A bit more Mario Kart tea just to needed a cup of tea. Hollywood Rally. Go then. Xbox One X power. Who needs Forza Horizon when you can have 60 frames per second goodness? Look at that. Look at the resolution. Look at the graphics. And Austin is interested in the simulation value of this title. I'm sure it simulates many things. Many things. We'll detect those eventually. Okay, I didn't know if there was any point in crashing into that. Just drive around here and see. What was I thinking this was going to be like? I suppose it's kind of like a Mario Kart for the Xbox, really, isn't it? I mean, it amazes me really that Mario Kart, not many people have managed to make a kind of similar sort of Mario Kart thing, you know, in that sense. You'd think it would be pretty straightforward to design a bunch of evenly matched characters. But if you take this map, for example, look how wide the road is. Goodness me, it's like a runway. If the road was quite tight, I think it would be, well, there was a bit more to the handling. I think that's another thing about Mario Kart as well, that if you wanted to be good at Mario Kart, the best advice I could give you was do lots of time trials, and you race around the tracks and you're hopping around corners and you're really optimizing those laps. It's actually quite a skillful game, which is I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing here. This is really exciting. This is the sort of excitement that you guys want to see on a stream. I know. Got look, final lap. It's about as exciting as the Formula One has been. I'm in a Mercedes. It's going to be so close. Ferrari have a faster car. No, really they do. We're saying that. Oh look, rubber band. What's that all about? Boost. What is this slime thing? Anyway, is that slowing me down or? It gives me. I think it gives me boost power. Oh, does that box fall down? No. Oh, so maybe I have to go over this slime stuff. Take the racing line, wide on the exit. There we go. This is probably the best game in the world. No, obviously it's for kids, isn't it? It's for kids. It's for kids. I mean, but yeah, a lot of people will enjoy it actually. We'll wait and see, get into it, see if there's any depth to it. There was zero depth in that race. We need more, don't we? Wacky races on the PS1. Bowser. What in Mario Kart? Donkey Kong and Bowser were so slow. They were actually very specialised characters to drive with in Mario Kart, though. That's the thing. Retro Alan, I am Retro Alan. I'm always here. I think that's the thing, you know. When you're, it's like, you know, I play all kinds of games, you know, and all kinds of racing games as well. I mean, that's why, like last year, I probably played more Redout than anything, just because it was just a great indie title. I like a bit of futuristic racing as well as all sorts of standard racing. I'll play a bit of F1 in a bit, plug in the steering wheel. I haven't tried plugging in the wheel for this, obviously. It's really not really much point. Oh, it seems to be more action in this race, doesn't there? So let's see what we've got. We've got some kind of bomb button there. We never needed to use the buttons before, did we? Slime time. What does that mean? Don't even know what that means. Doesn't even seem obvious to me. Look. Ah, so it's getting more aggressive. Maybe this is it now. Now the game's started. Now there's action. So racing round on the power using standard engine map at the moment. Getting the tyres up to temperature. Oh, got me again. Let's go through this doorway. I had a bad feeling that was going to... Oh, okay. Wow. I just don't know what these buttons are. What does that button do? Oh. What's here? Barnacles. If you know these characters, you'd be having a ball right now. Come on, where do I get my... Seems to be no traction on the... Okay, let's hope that gives me something. Come on. What is that? It's like a hand slap, isn't it? That didn't seem to do much. Okay, that didn't work for me. Okay, that's fine. I'm assuming we take the slime. Okay, that's... Okay, right, okay, that's a bit rubber bandy, isn't it? Take that. What did they even do? Look at that. Come on, give me some weapons. Ah, Mod Nation Racers. Yeah, that was pretty decent. Gone now, though, of course. But yeah, it's funny when you look at the Mario Kart games. I mean, there was... what's another one that was... of course, we had Speed Freaks on the PS1. We had... There's been a few over the years. Crash Team Racing was another one. It's very basic, isn't it? I mean, like you say, it's a very basic game. Yeah, I'm surprised those characters aren't in here. I mean, I don't know how, I mean, if that's the full roster or if there's anything hidden in the game, some Ren and Stimpy bosses or something. I'm not an expert on Nickelodeon. It was all, you know, after my time. Let's go. I know you guys love it. So going through these hoops seems to give you speed. So that didn't really work for me, but we got all three. It's quite pretty. There was a Disney racing game like this a couple of years ago I covered as well, actually. That looked much better than this. Can't remember what it's called. It had planes in it as well. Oh dear. Oh, here we go. Talk of the devil. Okay, yeah. Well, it seems to be not the easiest to control on this. I think we're going to have to get cheeky just with the booster button. This is like full on gamer face concentration now, pushing to the limit, under pressure. That's why everybody beat me before. Street Racers. Yeah, I mean, there was Street Racer on the SNES, which was pretty cool at the time. It had 4-player split screen, but it was very squashed. Couldn't really see what you were doing. Goodness, that was a bit rubber bandy, wasn't it there? First to last in one corner. Damn. Oh, and also we've got Sonic Team Racing coming out. You know, I didn't realise it was the last lap. We've also got Sonic Team Racing coming as well, haven't we, in December, which looks much better, but still not as good as I was hoping it would be, actually. SpongeBob, did he get his license? Well, that's the question, isn't it? Wreckfest, yeah, I mean, Wreckfest is potentially going to be amazing. I'm waiting pretty much till we get the console versions before putting any serious time into it. I did put a fair bit of time into it back in 2014, but then they made some updates to the game, and I just didn't enjoy it anymore, basically. So I hope they've made Wreckfest, apparently they've made it much better now, and it's amazing. So, wait and see on the consoles what they can do. I'd like to see them do a 60 frames per second mode for. That's a bit. See, look at that effect there. That's a bit dull, isn't it? I was kind of hoping things would smash a bit more satisfyingly. It's a basic game, isn't it? In that way, I mean, like you say, it's for kids. This is very much a game for kids, big kids. Is it getting quicker? I can't even tell. It seems like it's getting quicker. Taking the racing line, cutting it in tight, missing the apex. Never mind. Okay. I think what's different, I thought I'd do a stream on some of these videos, because it's like something like this anyway. It's, may as well just knock out a stream on it. Sometimes I try and produce more detailed videos on things, but I think there's only so much you can do with something like this. Sometimes you just want to play it and see it in action. So I guess most of you are going to be playing Red Dead Redemption then tomorrow. Is everyone playing that? Oh, it's lap 3. Goodness me, I wasn't looking at what I was doing. I actually rode the brake into the corner there. Right. Don't even know what that is. I gave him some jellyfish. Jellyfish in your face. Saving the boost. Come on now, over the line. Another win. That's all my esports experience, pushing it to the limit. what would Retro Alan be playing right now, I wonder. I suppose I've been playing Alien 3 on the Mega Drive. That's what I've been playing. Still a great game, Alien 3 on the Mega Drive. And there we are, just about leading. So in terms of smaller sort of indie games and racing titles, you've got this and Grip coming out. Oh, wasn't ready. Let's get ready. Okay, go. Okay, what is this, a time trial or something? I wasn't looking. I wasn't even looking. Oh well, never mind. Let's do this. Eyes on me. Really? Well, thanks for that, Coconut. It's really interesting. I've no idea. Too much slime. What's that all about? Well, maybe it's an old school retro Nickelodeon game with slime. I mean, after all, if you look at the Teenage Mutant Hero Ninja Turtles, you'll you know, they're sort of early 90s, aren't they? Okay, I was supposed to press the button. Oh, look at that. Goodness. That's something. So there we are. So I'm actually streaming at the moment to YouTube and to Twitch. I've not really done anything on Twitch, in which case we've got one viewer on Twitch. Well, hello to the one viewer on Twitch. And this is never going to get many viewers, but so that was the wow. That was exciting, wasn't it? What do they have in Time Attack? Do they have anything really exciting that? Let's just look at Dimension X. I haven't got All Star Fruit Racing on my it's on my PC. I think it's not on the Xbox at the moment. I should play that. Speed. Here we go. Expert speed. And for some reason it's not letting me. Yeah. Okay. It's not letting me select the AI, but whatever. Sandy. How many characters here though are there? Patrick. Alright, Patrick. Oh, let's just get on with it. Come on. Wasn't it? Okay. See, I have no idea about Nickelodeon stuff. I'm just checking this out for the speed, guys. I just want to scare you with the speed. Let's see how fast it gets then. Let's see if I can handle the speed. Alright, then look at this. Going for it. I don't even know what that even is. Okay. Whatever that was. So I find if you just ride the brake a little bit rather than letting off the accelerator, you just sort of coast around the corners. Oh, there we go. So Patrick's giving it large. I just wanted to see what the time trial element was like here. Oh, that's very strange. I was sort of putting back on the stick. I don't know if they had it with flight controls or inverted or not. Oh, he doesn't look very happy, does he? It's very difficult to know whether he's happy or sad. It's quite concerning. Okay, so that was pretty bad. Oh, I suppose if I hadn't have fallen off the mountain twice, I wouldn't have got lots of penalties. Okay, so that was really exciting, wasn't it? We'll have one look at one more Grand Prix, and then after that I'm going to play something else. What's a team race? Alright, let's do that. Let's do the Sewer Cup. Let's be Patrick. I want to be something more exciting. What's exciting? Donatello in a sports type car thing. It's like an amalgamation of several cars there, isn't it? Anyone can guess what? Moon Cricket is not happy with this game. We're just trying it out. Because I'll talk about all the new racing games in the podcast anyway. Thing is, I play these games all the time off. Just sort of, I don't record them. I just play them, and then when we do the podcast, myself and Kevin will talk about all the new games. And I figured, if I'm sitting here playing a game, I may as well record it for you guys. Better than nothing. But don't worry, I'll be back onto some proper racing action shortly. Oh, okay. I see, that was the problem before. It was set to non-inverted. It is very much like a mobile game that's been converted rather than a proper console game, isn't it? You can see that it's pretty basic. I think it could have done with more detail all round, more characters, more depth to the handling. I think there's always this illusion to people that games like this should handle in a very basic way, but in actual fact, the very best games of this style always have a little bit of depth to the handling, because it gives it just a bit more to it. There is zero depth to handling here, it really is, apart from when you're on this lake sort of bouncing around. Sort of have a little control here. Oh, sneaky. Oh, seems to be a shortcut there. Where am I going? Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Okay. Oh. Oh dear. Let's see if there's any rubber band I can actually use to... Oh. This is very budget Mario Kart, has to be said. It just doesn't have anything to it. There's no depth. Just sort of going round and round. I was hoping for more of this game. I thought it was going to be better than this. F1 Race Stars was a better game. Yeah, it's a shame they didn't make another one actually and develop it. As was Fruit Racing. All Star Fruit Racing was a better example as well. I mean, All Star Fruit Racing had some unusual drifting mechanics, which were sometimes confusing on some of the sort of tighter, sort of snowy tracks. But, this has sort of no depth at all. It's just like, it's quite strange. Like it is like a mobile game made for the console, which is sort of kicked out the door. I bet you guys are loving that music, aren't you? It's got that nice, obviously nice. Half of you people watching this video are saying, "Why am I watching this video? Why? Why am I watching Nickelodeon Kart Racers?" Yeah, I think if there was a bit more in the way of the kart handling, sliding into corners, and there was a bit more depth to it, and each kart had its own distinct style, it would, that was relevant to the character. It would work. But sadly, you've just got this very bland experience. A little bit of rubber band trying to slow me down at the end. Oh, there is a drifting mechanic then, I see then. Okay, so it gives you a boost. So if you just hold the brake when you're driving into a corner, gives you a little boost out. So we're learning something. And look, he looked at me. So there you go, makes the game even easier once you learn your little drifting mechanic then. Goodness me, it's thirsty work. I'm losing fluids, you know. It's just hard driving. It's knocking me out. It's the G-forces. Okay, this is going to be my last race on the game. I think I've had my fill of it now. And I will play it a bit more off stream, just to go through some other characters and check some of the options out. We'll have a look at some options. Saves me a bit of time doing it anyway. But, we're not going to be reviewing this one. This is just I just wanted to investigate it. And it's, you know, it's not what I hoped it would be. I thought it might be better than this. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So then the music as well is so forgettable, isn't it? It's so forgettable. And when you compare it to the music that's in Redout, which is some of the best in-house music ever in a racing game, and it's a shame, you know, so few games now have you know, proper in-house soundtrack. Well, that was that. Well, that was really exciting, wasn't it? I think that was just so exciting. I'm going to turn it off, play another game. That was, you know, we're going to quit. We're going to quit. Just going to have a look at options, and then we're just going to play something else, something better. Let's take a look. Detailed options menus. I've unlocked 2% of the game. Wow, this is a big game. Yep. Okay, so as you can see, it's a veritable wealth of. Oh, I see. This is where it gives you the detailed feedback on how to accurately drive each car. Okay, so that was nice. That was nice, wasn't it? Let's look at something else, shall we? Let's go to my apps. No, let's go to let's take a look at something else. See what we have. Let's play something else and change the title. Oh, hang on, why is it? Let's look. For no reason. Let's just play some Daytona. Let's just feel good about ourselves again and play Daytona, which alas doesn't work with the wheel. I wish this was compatible with the wheel. And look at it, you know, this is like oh, hold on, let's change the old, we changed the game, so we've got to change the title now. Now we're playing Daytona USA and stuff. There we go. So we'll just change the old title for you guys. and then we'll be good to go. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see things sorted. Okay, I'll just change that as well. And we'll be good to play some Daytona for a minute. I am testing to see if anything happened on Twitch, but Twitch is dead. I can never understand why it's so dead. But, there you go. Okay, let's just bring up the Xbox adaptive controller. What is that? Is that one of those? Is that one of those wheel things that uses the sticks? Oh, hang on, let's turn this up. Okay. Start your engines. Oh, I'm in the wrong gear. Oops, daisy. Okay, here we go. Well, it's made it difficult to win, but it doesn't matter. We'll try. I feel like we should restart the race, really. Chances of winning have just dropped by like 50%. Oh. Come on now. Remember how to do it. That really stuffed me there. I will finish this race in third, likely, because I always find if you're not well in the lead by this point, they just seem to come and get you. Oh, what the hell? That doesn't happen very often. Otherwise we'll have to restart. Wow. What a game. Oh. And there we are, third place. Which, if you, I mean, I made a mistake at the end of that second to last lap, but if you do that perfectly, we'll try it again in a minute for no reason. Ah. Okay. I remember it was pretty cool when the game came out and actually said the letters. Let's just try that again. What have we got here? Normal. Time limit normal. Arcade. Oh, we've got arcade. Let's try it on arcade then. Now we know what we're doing. Let's try it again. So I'm assuming the arcade's actually a little bit more difficult than the normal. Okay, better start. Let's win this now. They will be a bit tougher in the arcade setting. It's a bit sensitive, made a mistake, but actually doing no better than we were before, bizarrely. Now I was getting my speed wrong here. Closing up gradually. Ah, unbelievable. Done me. Done me. That was genuinely frustrating then. I thought I was going to beat him. It is hard on the arcade setting though. Ah. List your name with the other champions. That's okay. Okay, that's fine. So that was a bit of that. We'll have a bit of blue skies. What are the extras on here anyway? Oh, karaoke mode. Yeah. Let's just have a look at karaoke mode for the Sky High. Let's just have a look. I want you guys at home singing in your rooms. Let's just see. Let's just see how it works. Oh, look at that. Come on, sing it, guys. 4 seconds. Hope you're all singing at home right now. I can barely concentrate on the driving with the words being there. But it is great that they've given you these options. I mean, what you wouldn't have given... Oh, I don't know what gear to be in there. What you wouldn't have given to have had this, you know, in your living room in 1995. You know, a conversion like this. Blue skies, blue skies I see. And I'm forgetting to shift up. I'm not even looking. I can't drive this and look at the words. Do you know what? We're going to exit for a second. It's just too off-putting. And I'm sure many of you were singing at home. I know. Let's do arcade, normal difficulty. Oh, expert, manual transmission. And to think, you know, I don't believe this has actually been released on the Xbox One. You know, so many great Sega titles out there that they could release. Now I can hear the singing. Makes it much easier to drive. Cool. Got that wrong, sadly. Needed to shift down and brake. Got to learn my gears again, haven't I, for these corners? Oh, you scum. You scum. I should have crossed over. I knew that guy was going to barge me into that wall. I should have taken evasive action. Trying too hard to gain up for lost time now. No. Ah, damn. Still not got the breaking point right for that. Damn, so that crash cost us the win. Never mind. Never mind. That was a good find. Love a bit of blue skies. Love a bit of Sega. Okay. So that's a little bit of that. Let's see what the what have we got here. We've got the challenge. Let's see what the challenges are. Clearly, I've done a couple. I guess these are all just. Let's have a quick look. I'm not going to do many of these. Clearly, I looked at a couple a while ago and. Oh, it's automatic. Okay, so we'll come back to that. So that's a bit of Daytona. We're just going to finish with just a bit of beginner, and then after that we're going to look at something else. Do let me know if you can hear me okay always, and if the stream is of better quality than you've seen before. Trying some new software. Ah, amazing. The music in these games, classic stuff. It's actually quite hard to play this with a stick sometimes because the car just sort of slides around a lot. It's very sort of pointy. And that's ruined that lap. And we're in the next lap. Yes. Do you know what? We're going to just restart that. Yes. Yes. There's no point continuing that. And there's no restart button. There's actually two ways you can do that corner. There is you can either brake, slide, do a quick gear change, or you can just go up against the wall. The quickest way is to just rub on the wall and not brake at all. The only problem is that it's so precise that we can't do it with too many cars here at the moment, and that bump really didn't do us any favours. So we'll try it next lap and see if we can just go flat out and ride the wall. So if you imagine you're in the arcade, you're driving up, passing these guys, and you're just turning in, don't touch the brake, and there we go. Come out the corner with much more speed, and that's it. Just take it flat, but obviously we hit a couple of cars there, so damn, get out of the way. Not the end of the world though. So we've not touched the brake once in the whole race. You just flat basically, and we are touching the cars a bit quicker that time. Do you see we stayed over 300 almost through the corner there? And that's the quickest way around the track. I often brake because it's more fun, but it's quicker just to wall ride. And then that happens sometimes. It's just, you never really know when that's going to happen. You just get a bad bump off the wall. Ah, he beat me. Scum. Ah! Remember, if you're not first, you're last. I'm a semi-professional racing driver. And there you go. It's a bit of Daytona USA action. V. Yeah, I mean, it's a shame Outrun hasn't been you know, put onto the Xbox One. I mean, quite a few of these old games have been, but there's quite a few that haven't. We've got Sonic All-Stars Racing Transformed and stuff like that while we're sort of on the theme. But we're going to look at something else in a moment. We'll do a bit more. Who am I? Gamer Muscle. Tell you, never underestimate the superb muscular skills of Gamer Muscle. I'm always impressed. Just trying to decide what to put on here, racing wise. Can have a look at a bit of standard Forza Horizon. Everyone's doing Forza Horizon. You know, you almost don't want to do it because everybody's doing it. I will say, for people who like soundtracks, I still think it's amazing, is Redout. Redout still has amazing music. Let's just have a look at Redout for a minute. Let's just have a look at this for a minute. Humour me, humour me. After this, we'll do a bit of, you know, Forza and Formula One and all that jazz, you know, that you guys like. Yeah, I've heard this about the Ferrari license. It all seems a bit strange to me, but you'd think Sega had the license, you know. They didn't with the original Outrun, of course. They just used a car that looked like a Ferrari. Outrun 1 would never have been released today. Absolutely, I have Outrun as well on my Xbox 360 and the original Xbox as well. You don't use the steering wheel. I'm just limbering up career. So let's just have a little look at this for a minute. This might be one of those with a good Neptune soundtrack. Let's just see. Outrun Online Arcade. There's no. The only Outrun that's out there is this a version that was on. I've got videos on it. I put up years ago on the Xbox 360, but they haven't made it backwardly compatible. It's just one of those games that they haven't made. Oh no, this isn't the soundtrack I wanted. Let's get out. I want to see. There's the other part of the soundtrack. It's amazing. Those who haven't seen this game, it's amazing. There's a lot of tracks and races in the game, so I'm just trying to find a few. Can't find it. How weird. Oh, these are difficult. Let's just have a look. I just want to see if don't know what car is best. Yeah, I mean, I think Redout VR is difficult to say. I played it a little bit in VR, but it was an early version. Oh, listen to this soundtrack. Now, this is a soundtrack. I'm not even going to talk. I'm going to let you guys enjoy some music. That was unlucky. Here we go.
Congratulations, gold medal awarded.
Well, I hope you enjoyed a bit of that, as much as I did. That was. This game is so ace, it hurts. And this camera makes me fatter. Does it really? It's because you got to be looking down. If you look slimming, you look down. This is the big man camera. Right, let's see. I mean, I haven't dyed the hair yet, have I? Look, it's all white. It's all white and old. Now let's take a look. So that was a bit of Neptune. We're going to exit. We're going to exit that. Turn to the career. Have a little look at Redout. I mean, what do you guys want to see? Let me know what games you guys want to see. I've got the Xbox One hooked up at the moment. Hopefully soon I'm going to get my PC on here, and then maybe there'll be a bit more mix of simmy racing as well as arcade gaming. I have enjoyed doing the Formula One esports recently, and I might do a bit more time on that just to try and learn how the esport guys do it. And to see if I can try and improve my skills a bit to improve those lap times. Right, get some more water. I will be right back. Okay, viewers. Right. A horse race in Red Dead Redemption 2. That's an idea. That's an idea, isn't it? I can do that actually. I should get into Red Dead really. I haven't ordered it I was going to, and then I thought, oh, we'll have time to play it. Quick look at this. Let me know what games you'd like to see. You know, would you prefer Forza Horizon 4 or Formula 1? Kevin's asking, do I enjoy the FIA GTS event? Oh, GT Sport events in terms of viewing in esports direction. That's a good question. I miss the original Gran Turismo. For me personally, I think it's great they've got something for esports and for people online. But as a fan of Gran Turismo, it's not. It doesn't fulfil what I want from Gran Turismo in terms of my experience. Not everybody wants to compete online all the time or feel that pressure of going online, you know. Because even if you feel like I don't care today, I just want to drive, you know, there's still a pressure when you go online. I just like to play offline sometimes. I mean, you'll notice here a lot of the time I play offline, just because there's less hassle. I just find it online is hassle. I mean, I used to race online all the time. I mean, Team VVV was an esport team. I used to compete against all the best players in the world. We had the best racing drivers in the world on Team VVV. Many of them are still in the big competitions. But it was every day was stress. Every day there was an internal issue or an external issue, and you know, you're relying on other people doing stuff, and then we go online. Everybody wants to compete. It's crazy. But no, I think GT Sport is nice enough. There's a lot of tracks not in there that I wish were in there. But yeah, I would like to see the original Gran Turismo return, where I can just build my rubbish car and take it on a journey. That's something which Forza Horizon doesn't do. You know, Forza Horizon puts you in the best car in the game from the off, and doesn't get any better than that. You know, it gives you everything in one go, and it just doesn't develop you as a driver. That's one of my big issues with Forza Horizon. If you're in rallying stage whatever, you're going to be, it's the same as stage 1, same cars, same looking tracks. Learning these tracks is actually quite challenging, I will tell you. So I haven't played this in a year, so I'll say a year, 6 months. Love this game. And this really is a challenging game. I mean, you're using 2 sticks, you're using air brakes, you know, this game has a real challenge to it. And that's why a lot of people don't like it. You know, they can't, they just find it too difficult. Also, you know, like when I did videos on this, when it was released, like nearly nobody would watch them. And that's because these days people are sort of programmed to watch the things that are marketed to them all the time. So you could see a new Need for Speed game and that would have millions of views, no matter how poor the quality of it was, just because it's Need for Speed, basically. That was a mistake there. I should have stayed on the track. I'm talking and driving while driving at 2,000 miles an hour though, so I let myself off. A little bit of braking there. It's amazing, isn't it? I mean, look at that. You go from first to last with one crash like that, you know. It's a difficult game. Damn, I thought I was going to stick to the road, but it didn't happen. Where am I going? That's the problem. I don't know this track at all, and it's almost impossible to memorise. It's because this is one of those jump gate tracks where it actually joins like 6 tracks together. So I might know some corners, but other corners I'm completely lost on. Where am I going? Get in there. I didn't know where I was going. Oh! No, I'd actually say this game easily matches the polish of F-Zero. What it lacks is character. The ships and the characters, they mean something in various different, goodness me, various different, and they don't in this. They're very abstract designs. It's very hard learning this track, isn't it? I'm going to have to come back to this another time. I think I just picked like one of the hardest tracks in the game to try and learn. And we'll I kind of feel that some of you will probably want to see. Oh, Tom's in the room as well. Hello, Tom. I've only just noticed. Sorry, I'm behind on all this chat lark, and thanks for the help, Sound Shower, with setting up my OBS, which is what we're using here. It means I can move me around the screen much more easy as well. Now, Advance is saying, hello, what do you think is the possibility of Daytona USA 2 port happening? Who knows? What is the possibility of Sega actually understanding the value of their own products? I have no idea. Well, for example, I was just saying, Redout has one of the best soundtracks ever in a game. It's right up there with the best of them, and that's what makes that game so brilliant. I do have the Mega Drive Classics collection, but it had numerous issues to it as well. I'll have a quick look while we're on here. Just why not? Why not? We're streaming. And we're checking stuff out. So I'm trying to learn the streaming thing in terms of the software and setup and what works best for you guys. Something I'm going to do more of when the new games come out. So right now you're the special few, the very special few watching my stream, because you're all special. How many of you are watching? 14 people. 14 people are watching the stream. The real fans. Bit of Streets of Rage 2 type music. This is a wicked intro. It's just wicked. This is the best thing about this whole package, is this intro. It's made by someone who really gets these games. Awesome. And that's the best thing about it, really. Other than that, there was a few issues I had when I had it crash a couple of times. I had it on the PC. It doesn't load all of my games. version on the PC version, so it doesn't have all the games on the shelf. There's loads of awesome Mega Drive games that aren't in this collection, which is a real shame, because I mean, when you look at your games here, you know, obviously Alex Kidd and Alien Soldier came out a bit late. Alien Storm came out quite early on. That is an amazing scrolling beat 'em up with shooting sections. Virtual Racing getting released on Switch. That would be great for Switch. It's always nice to play a handheld game that delivers a really good arcade style experience. Even today, it shows how solid these games were. Biohazard Battle. That's an unusual one to have on the on here. Shoot 'em up. Of course, Columns, always a classic. Decap Attack. I always found it a bit bland in the backgrounds, but it's a very popular game. Robotnik's Mr. Mean Bean Machine. That's P.O.P.O. As it was released in Japan. They changed the name of it for the UK for whatever reason. Let's see. And you've got the Golden Axe games, which I always felt were a little bit overrated. Gunstar Heroes is just an amazing game. Amazing game. Revenge of Shinobi, classic. Streets of Rage 1 is alright. Streets of Rage 2 is incredible. Streets of Rage 3 was disappointing. Sadly, that's why Streets of Rage 3 is of value, because so few of us bought it at the time, because we were so disappointed with it. It just wasn't, you know, wasn't what we hoped it would be. Sonic 2, one of the greatest games ever made on the Mega Drive, probably of all time. Shadow Dancer, one of the most frustrating games you'll ever play in the history of the world, ever. I never played Landstalker. Phantasy Star was always good for its time. Kid Chameleon never appealed to me. Vector Man's all a bit slow motion, wasn't it? Vector Man 2, didn't play it. No, what am I thinking of? I'm thinking of Green Man, Green Dog, whatever. Thinking of, rather than Vector Man, it's a Bubble Man, isn't it? Virtua Fighter 2, you know, that was released really late in the Mega Drive's life. You know, tiny sprites. It's amazing it even came out on the Mega Drive, really. It's quite a surprise to see. Bearing in mind they didn't bother with the Virtua Fighter 1. There's not really much on here that really blows me away. And there's no racing games. I mean, where's Hang On? Where's Outrun? You know, you'd think they'd be in here as well, wouldn't you? But Sega just don't know the value of their own, you know, their own heritage, really. And that's the problem. I'm going to do level 1 of Streets of Rage 2. I just want to see what the because I've completely forgotten how I've got scan lines turned on because scan lines, these games were made with scan lines in mind. These scan lines are terrible. The gaps between the scan lines are not authentic. They've overdone it in that way, so it looks better than this, but it was a way of showing it not being perfect. Now, when the game came out, obviously Axel's the one most of us play all the time, but for me, Max was the guy I played with a lot when it was first released. He was just this big, beefy character, and I just liked the sound effects and just the overall. And I had a Megafire on my arcade power stick, which made short work of these guys. And look how many guys you get on screen when you play it on hardest mode. I mean, you get loads of guys. You just want to grab people and break their necks. That's it. I mean, you would just not mess with Max. Look at the size of him. Massive dude. So I let him do that. Have a bit of that. In your face. Imagine having that done to you. Boom! What a great game this was back in the day. Unbelievable. You guys, back in 1992, this was the absolute business. Absolute business. So just give him a little chop. Come on. That's it. Come on, dude. Come on, fight me, fight me. That's it. Let's give someone an elbow. Imagine that elbow coming down on you. Feel that, wouldn't you? I mean, he's like 7 foot tall. Oh goodness, wouldn't hit the special button then. In the face. Still with this guy now. See, skills. Trying to throw me like a fool. It's the end of him. Playing some different games today, but never fear, I'll be back to the racing. And I am going to be doing a retro week though on VVV, and maybe before Christmas with a few different titles. And a few different retro products, just to break it up a bit, because I do play these things. And this guy's lethal with the pole in the face. Imagine that in your face. Have some of that. Wouldn't be getting up again after that. So have some of that. Have some of that. It's funny, but when you're playing, when you get to level 8 on this, in 2-player mode on hardest, and there's like 20 guys on screen, there's a scene where you're going up a big lift towards the end of the game, and it's just amazing when you're playing it on the hardest setting. Let's just no, that's it, in your face. And something's happened. Oh goodness! We're going to have to pause that for a second while I. My PC seems to have turned itself off for a second, and we seem to have had a power problem. Right. For some reason, my TVs have all turned themselves off. You're still there? You're still watching? Good. Good. How weird was that? Right, okay, now we're back again. You there? Here comes the guy. Now, that's not what was supposed to happen. Okay, so we're in a bit of trouble here. This guy's a little bit more difficult to play with when you're using Max. With Axel, he's easy. But what we want to do is perfect. So you just have to stun them, but it's much easier with Axel because he can just psh, psh, whereas Max quickly goes into his psh, psh, and that defeats the object of trying to stun them constantly so that you can actually do this properly. Oh, rah! Go on, have some of that. So, oh, scum. So that was a bit of that. We're going to look at this on a separate video, though. I'm actually going to do a stream one day, just looking at this this Sega business, and I don't know how you exit a game. So, oh, I don't even know what that is. What does that even mean? Oh. Oh, it's just an automatic rewind. Okay. Okay, that's fine. I have no idea what that is. How you get out of the actual game, though. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, it's quite limited in terms of options and how it works. Not quite what I was hoping for in terms of selection. So I guess now we'll have a little look at something else. I should actually have a look at V-Rally, but I haven't plugged the wheel in. So we've got a little bit of time, last little bit of time then, and we'll look at V-Rally if I can get the wheel working. Let's see, if I can get the wheel working, we will. If I can't, we won't. Throws the camera about always. So, there we go. So let's see if we can just do this. Okay, and okay, and let's see if we can. Shall we do V-Rally 4? Should we do bit of Formula 1 for no reason? For no reason, just do some Formula 1. Unfortunately, Forza Horizon 4 with a wheel is bad. It's not good. It's not good. It's one area of the game that really just doesn't work. Okay, let's get on with this. Bit of this, bit of that. Let's see if anyone's actually watching on Twitch. No one ever watches us on Twitch. It's strange. We have one person, me. Me watching me. 2 people. It says one other person on Twitch. I wonder who that is. Nobody ever comments on it. It's very strange. We will be re-streaming to more devices when I understand this whole structure. Okay. You know what? I've just realised that piece of music just there has buggered the entire stream in terms of copyright. But whatever. I am going to do the career. Let's do Aston Martin, Renault, Red Bull. Daniel Ricciardo. I did a bit of Monza the other day in the other car. I've got to. I don't know how to do the race starts because I've not actually done any race starts yet. When I learn all these other things like your ERS stuff, I'll put some time into that. Let's just have a clear day. Okay, see how we get on from there. Shoes off, ready to drive, and we'll see if I can give Daniel a bit of a send off from Red Bull that he hasn't had from Red Bull, sadly, because, well, he's not the apple in their eye, is he? Can you guys hear me better than the other day? That's one of the questions I have. Can you guys hear me better? So silence from everybody. Let me know, guys. So I can never know until I hear the video back afterwards, and then I think, oh goodness, no one could hear me. Okay, robust but fair. All depends who you talk to, doesn't it, really, when it comes to driving like that? Oh, I don't think it's quite loud enough. Oh, I'm being hit by somebody. Don't know what gear I'm supposed to go through here. Doing second. I should really have done some practice first. It's okay, we've made it a bit of fun. We'll do a Vettel, shall we? Let's go for it. Oh, he's taking me out. It's taking me out. Restart. Let's restart session. We had a bad start. Okay, great. Glad you guys can hear me okay. Because I've done very well to put it on pole. I don't know how to do a start. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, what a terrible start. That means I already have damage. Blimey, that's probably done it. Don't know what gears I'm supposed to be in for these corners, by the way, so do excuse my incorrect gear usage. takes a bit of getting used to when you've been driving the classic cars, and then you come back to being. I'm constantly being hit by the AI, though. It has to be said. Got that all wrong, didn't I? I should just do some hot lapping, really. Can you guys not hear the game? Okay, hold on then. Let's change the game sound. Let's change the game sound. Okay. Okay, let me know if that's any better with the audio. Is that better? Trying to get a balance on the settings here. So every game is so different when you put it on. Some games are quite loud. And how's that now?
Race officials have enabled DRS. DRS is now available.
That's fine. Now with nobody bumping into me, I can actually race round and just try and figure out where the braking points are. Turned in too early there. Oh, I was a long way off the power there, I got that wrong. There. I will have to set up the DRS, the buttons on the wheel another time. Two sources. Okay. Let's see if we can fix this. Bear with me. Let's see if we can fix this audio issue for you guys. Alright. Let me know if that's better now on the audio. Is that any better on the game audio? Once you turn off all the traction control and all that sort of stuff on this, I mean it comes alive, but it's also quite challenging to get a smooth exit from the corners. Your line is really important.
47.4 seconds.
So getting better there now. We'll restart this in a moment, and then is that better with the audio, guys? Let me know.
Some information on Leclerc. They've got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring.
Okay, is that better? Is that better? It's always difficult to know with audio. I mean, it looks like it's all right. We'll increase the game sound just a bit more, and then that should be okay. Right, let's restart now, and let's get on with this. I have not played the F1 Mobile. What is it like? Do let me know.
To protect the inside on the rundown.
Okay, I have no idea how to start properly. That's my I just don't know how to start properly at the moment. Everybody just overtakes me. I can imagine Red Bull saying, "We wish we had that much power to fight the Mercedes down the straight." Let's hope next year both Renault and Honda can do a better job at tightening up the field, and we say that every year, don't we? There's almost no chance. Just got on the power a minute too soon there. And that messed me up. What is it with the AI bumping into me? Goodness me.
Okay, good work. Great pass.
Takes a bit of time to just learn the gears and where to brake in these cars, you know. Yeah, there are various rumours about Turn 10 Studios maybe altering their approach to game design. No, I think what Turn 10 need to do though is really focus on their physics model, because it's if they want to be serious in the world of esports, then they've really got to make something that where the physics are more realistic, frankly. I wish this had been a more exciting race for you guys. Actually, it's not been terribly exciting, has it? It's been quite like much like a you know, it's a shame really that Honda and McLaren didn't work out. You know, and in a way, all the testing they've done with McLaren has contributed towards the progress Honda has made. But, look how much quicker the McLaren was, sorry, the Mercedes was there.
Vettel's in first place.
Well, that's never happened to me before.
Box for a new one.
Okay, we're going to do a different track. That wasn't terribly exciting, was it? Let's do something that's a bit more exciting. So, Yeah, I mean, we'll see what's going to happen with Forza 8. Forza 8 will probably continue from Forza 7. I don't expect a big change. I think we'll have to wait and see. But I think whether we change to the Xbox One X being the standard Xbox, that's the thing, and then you might see them do things that the original Xbox really struggles with. And they can do much more with the Xbox One X. It's a better piece of kit. GTR3 you mean? I vetted it. I did. You know, let's drive as Ferrari and then I can blame Vettel in case anything happens. Let's see, let's do a different circuit. I'm not very good at Mexico. I suppose I could learn the circuit. Let's just because otherwise I'll be practicing smacking into people. Let's do Suzuka first, because I did a bit of this last week, and so at least it's sort of fresh in my mind. I'm going to move your questions. I should somehow move, because the camera's on that side and your chat is on that side, so whenever I'm looking there it means I'm reading your chat. I'll have to move it all around a bit. I will in future streams. I'll have it sort of there. Any opinions on GTR 3? It has potential if it ever happens. Will it be vaporware? You know, will it float around forever and never get released? Who knows? Who knows? It's a competitive market now. You know, the market's moved on a lot.
Okay, here we go.
Is the audio okay, by the way, guys? Is it better now? It's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's Vettel's fault. Oh, goodness me. Do you know what? Let's just start again. It's all Vettel's fault. It's all Vettel's fault. It's not my fault. I'm just like a ghost in the shell. Right, let's just try again now. We're going to do it properly now. Calming breathing. Goodness me, everyone's slowing down so much all of a sudden. Got to concentrate a little bit here, just to. I'm behind Verstappen. Shall we do it? Shall we have a go? Nah, we're too far behind. I wanted to try and simulate the. Now I'm going to have somebody right behind me because I didn't take that too well.
Alright, let's focus now for the rest of the race.
Ooh, nasty bump. Came in well too fast. I didn't have a braking point for the Goodness me. I've still got to learn how to drive this car on this course. Let's restart. Do you know what? Let's just quit to main menu and do some time trials, because I can't just drive in a race. It is difficult with the AI. It is difficult with the AI when you're just trying to learn, because they're just bumping into you and they're all over the place and you're thinking, where am I braking? Never put my mouse. Okay, let's just try some time trialing for a moment, just to because at least we can learn a course. We were doing Brazil the other day. I haven't played much Mexico, so let's learn a little bit about Mexico. I've never raced on this track. I've never played it before a week ago. Mainly because I played F1 games right up until 2015 and then didn't play it for whatever reason for a couple of years. Just let's look at some laps here. Now we won't get anywhere good on these laps. This is just very much about learning a circuit. See, we're using the T-cam. That's strange. Didn't know I was using the sorry, that's not what I want to do. Right. Always a bit challenging trying to find the buttons on the wheel when you're not used to it. So learning circuits is a process. When you're doing various racing, my advice would never be jump into a race. It's always learn the circuit first. Even if you know the circuit on TV, you don't know the gears for it, you don't know the braking points. And I was looking at where I was going there, not what the braking point was. Okay, so take a bit of time just learning. Just need to learn where your braking points are and try and get an idea of how to get into those points in your mind. We're not using DRS, so we'll lose time on the straights without the use of DRS. Went well off there, didn't I? So really got to learn how to take some of these corners. Some tracks, I find you can learn really quickly, and some take ages to learn. I mean, this track, for some reason, for me, I'm finding quite difficult. But then I don't like Kota either. There's a lot of these new sort of Herman Tilke designs that I'm not keen on. I would need to spend a long time trying to get my head around this circuit. So it seems you can go much closer to the wall than I was going. Don't know what gear to go through some of these corners in. That's my big problem at the moment. Once you figure that out, and got to find the DRS button. Typical. Never mind. Still trying to learn how to do that section there. It seems that you've got to go really slow on entry and then pick up the throttle a bit later. And there again, it's a slow entry in that first part. You see apex entirely there. joking. Go through a different gear then. Okay, so just the transmission option. Oh, okay, right, okay, let's just take a look at that for a second. If we can find the view. And I'm going to have to find the DRS button. It's weird, isn't it, when you've been driving in the car and then you go to the T-cam view. You can just see so much more with this view, can't you? It does feel like a cheat in a way. Completely messes up my braking points. Why is DRS? Ah, okay, right, alright. Don't tell me that in the cockpit, obviously. So I'm slow on the power through the exit there, so I've already lost time. And I can use DRS there as well. Okay, so it's 2 DRS points. Right, let's try and...
Best lap so far is a 1 minute 17.5.
Trying my different techniques there, but it's not working for me.
Last lap was a 1:16.8.
The time I lost there with that wheel spin. Ah, scum. Tried to keep it on there. Boom. Didn't even try to save it then. Okay, so getting tired now. So we're doing this for a while, but enjoyed this. It just shows you, if you just keep doing laps and trying to get some repetition in there, you'll find a technique that works. And then when you look at the best players and you get the gearing right for each corner and all that jazz, you'll get better and better. Missed that corner entirely. I mean, it transforms the difficulty of the game when you turn off the traction. Suddenly it transforms it. Got that completely wrong. Messed up entirely on those last few corners. Never mind, never mind. We definitely get the 16.5 or even a 3 there then. But we're going to call it a day there because I'm pretty tired now. But that's it for the stream today, viewers. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. I'm learning stuff to do with the streaming lock at the moment, and hopefully I can make it a bit more professional. I think the first thing was today we just improve the audio and the video look to it, and then over the course of the next few weeks I'll improve things gradually, and then when we do get our hands on new games and we have larger audiences watching, then I'll be able to run a lot more and make it all work better. Do give me your feedback. I'm just going to say it because I always say it, but if you do like what we do, do say hello on the forum, because I want to get this forum going. It would be great to get more of you on there posting. Do say hello on there. I'm on there all the time, so if there's games you want to chat about, if there's questions you have for developers, that's where I'll take them. When we do our podcasts, if we're going to set up threads for the podcasts again, so that's where we'll take all the questions. What happens is that people, when we make like 20 new videos on a new racing game, and people put questions on the 20 new videos and the 20 Facebook updates and the 20 Twitter posts and the 20 articles, and before you know it, I can't find those questions. I don't know where they are. So on the forum I'm setting up threads. I just say put it here, I put it in the main OP, and then like you say, I can talk to developers and say, hey, this is the questions from the audience, and the same with everything else. But also you guys get to know each other as well, because you're all racing fans. The reason why you're here is because I'm a geezer. No, it's because you all like racing games, and that's a bit of chat, a bit of jovial chat. None of this none of this lunatic YouTube behaviour you get on so many channels. Just a bit of racing gaming chat, maybe some retro gaming and some other stuff. You know, so consider it like a bit of a radio station. You know, while I park my car here. You know, talking of which, we have Formula One this weekend. Just before I go, of course, it looks like it's going to be easy for Lewis. We had last week where he couldn't overtake the Red Bull on down the straight, which was amazing, absolutely amazing. Who would have thought it? Who would have thought a Red Bull could hold up a Mercedes? There you have it. That was a surprise. Next, of course, this weekend, apparently Red Bull looks strong because of the high altitude. Doesn't affect their engine, or Mercedes, for example, don't benefit in the way they normally would. Apparently, believe what you like about all this stuff, but it looks like it'll be Lewis's championship, Vettel's. I know there's rubbish about Ferrari having a faster car. I don't know about that, but Vettel's sort of not helped himself this year, has he? It's been one of those things. But that's it from me for now. A bit of randomness today, and then there'll be. The plan is I'll get more organised on these streams and get into a sort of regularity in terms of the times of day that I stream and stuff like that, and what games I'm going to be streaming to keep up with everybody else in the world who's doing streaming lark. The people are on it all day, aren't they? My goodness me. I'm too old for this. And that's it really.